Welcome back here to the Hill on News Nation. Tensions flared today among some House Republicans. In a closed-door meeting, the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy lashed out at conservatives who are demanding major spending cuts and pushing him on multiple fronts. McCarthy even dropping an F-bomb in that meeting, telling his colleagues he is not afraid of some conservatives threatening to bring a motion to remove him from the speakership. All this just 2 days after McCarthy announced the House's impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Joining us now is the Republican congressman from Montana, Matt Rosendale. Matt, thanks, Mr. Congressman, I should say. Thank you for joining us here on the Hill. Appreciate the time. Kevin McCarthy, having some words. Did things just escalate among him and those who might want him out?
I really don't think they have escalated. I think he's just starting to feel the pressure right now because, quite frankly, he hasn't done his job. We knew in January that we needed to produce the 12 appropriation bills. Kevin McCarthy said this is a new day in America, that we were going to produce the 12 appropriation bills. That is the proper way to fund government transparently and responsibly. And he hasn't directed the appropriations committees to get that work done. It should have been done in June so that we could have sent it to the Senate. In July, they could have considered it, and we wouldn't find ourselves in this position. Blake, it's really simple. We're going to collect about $5 trillion worth of revenue this year, and they want to spend about $7 trillion worth of revenue. And we already are $33 trillion in debt. Right.
So I just heard you say that Kevin McCarthy, the House Speaker, hasn't done his job. Does he deserve to still be the Speaker of the House?
We're going to find out.
What is your opinion? What is your opinion? I know we'll find out. But Congressman, if you had to give a thumbs up or thumbs down vote, what would it be?
Sure. What I will tell you is I do not like his leadership at all. And I will tell you that we're going to find out over the next couple of weeks if he has to gather more Democrats to support his agenda than he does Republicans. Then that demonstrates that that's the conference that he represents. And then there probably will be a motion to vacate.
And at that point, you'd be what if we get down the line a couple weeks from then?
Look, if we do not produce the appropriation bills, okay, what I will tell you, Blake, is I am not going to support a continuing resolution of any sort. Okay. A continuing resolution does nothing more than extend Nancy Pelosi's spending and Nancy Pelosi's policies. We need to deliver the 12 appropriation bills. That's what we told the American people. That's what Kevin assured us we were going to be able to do. And if he puts together a coalition of support that contains more Democrats than it does Republicans, then I think that speaks volumes about his lack of leadership skills.
Do you think a shutdown's inevitable? If there's a lot of folks like yourself who are opposed to a short-term stopgap, CR is the technical term, but that's just a short-term bill. You think a shutdown's inevitable?
I won't say that it's inevitable, because we have seen that when it's necessary, you can get things turned around here in a couple of days' time. But it does take leadership. It does take the effort. Myself, I'm ready to stay here and get the work done, whatever is necessary to produce those 12 appropriation bills. But, Blake, I want to be real clear. Typically, any state legislature, you have all of your appropriation bills together at one time so that you can see the value of them. And then the body gets to debate whether to reduce that spending, increase that spending, and change it on policies. And we have not been able to do that. They haven't done it for several years, and we're demanding that we restore regular order and have that take place here in Congress again, the way that it used to.
Congressman Matt Rosendale from Montana. Thank you, sir. Hope you come on back. It'll be an interesting few weeks. We'll bring you on back.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.